most of us probably have our plans for Christmas already, but how about New Year's Eve? Well, Kristen Urban is live at one of the prettiest spots in downtown with the lowdown. All right, Kristen, are you trying to ring in the new year ahead of time? You're not jumping the gun, are you?
Hi, Paul. Hi, Roma. Yeah, so we've all heard of being fashionably late, but I say this year, let's be fashionably early. I'm joined by Brian Randolph, the executive chef at Hotel Valencia. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Hey, so you have this incredible New Year's party coming up, and you're giving us just a sneak preview today. We're super excited about this. What are we going to be making?
Okay, so we're going to do a grilled halibut, and we're going to do a avocado relish. And so in South Texas, we think when we hear avocado relish, we think guacamole, right?
Yes.
But this is actually a play off of a recipe I found in the Kennedy White House cookbook.
That's
that
amazing.
I thought would be fun. And so we're going to put tomatoes, avocado, diced cucumber, red onion. And I got basil, some chive, a little balsamic vinegar instead of lime juice like what we normally have, a little olive oil and salt.
Sounds great, and you have the halibut already going over here. So this fish cooks for a little while. You said this one takes about 20 minutes on the grill.
Yeah,
correct?
I took it about 15 to 20 minutes, nice and slow.
But you have one for us set up that you're gonna season, correct?
Yes.
And kind of get going. So what are your tips if you're cooking halibut at home?
Honestly, it's such a beautiful fish, and it's got a nice flavor. So I don't really try to mask it. Just a little salt and pepper, and a good hot sear on the grill. And just take your time with it. And
Brian, you were telling me before that halibut, especially here in San Antonio, it's a humid day. I think we're all feeling it. Yes. You don't want this to sit outside for too long, correct?
Oh, no. We definitely want to make sure that we're using all of our good food, safe food practices, and we're not letting it hang out at room temperature. And
That's good advice. That's good advice. Now, is this a fish you would typically put on the grill?
I actually do like it grilled. You can pan sear it, but I really like the way the flavors come through when you grill it off.
Awesome. So you already said you put like a light seasoning, just some salt and some pepper, and then you're going to get this going. Is there any grilling tips people at home should know?
For me, I always like to hit it with a little bit of pan spray, olive oil or a pan spray, just to kind of keep it from sticking to the grill. And then obviously we've got our grill nice and hot, so you can hear a little bit of a sear when you lay it down there.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. I'm not gonna lie. So for people at home, this is just one of the many incredible menu options you're gonna be offering for this New Year's Eve party. What inspired the menu, and what else can people expect?
So we decided to do a black and silver soiree, and I thought it'd be fun just to kind of do a throwback and just come out with some of the old classics. So we're gonna do a beef Wellington, classic beef Wellington, which if you don't know what that is, it's beef tenderloin. But it's wrapped in puff pastry with a mushroom duxelle and a little bit of prosciutto. And I like to come in and add a little bit of foie gras into that. It's not the traditional, but it's my spin. And then we're gonna do chicken coq au vin. We've got lobster bisque, steamed clams. We're gonna have a full cold bar with oysters, peel and eat shrimp, crab claws, mussels. And then we're doing, did I mention the steamed clams? And yeah, then I've got a bunch of salads and desserts.
It sounds delicious. Now going to the side, where do we begin on this?
Okay, so we're just gonna start putting in our tomato. All right.
And you're just dicing up those tomatoes?
Yeah, we actually peeled our tomatoes. So we put a score in them and then put them in boiling hot water for just a few seconds and then plunged them into ice water, and that helps pull that skin off.
Oh, those are good tips.
And then, so a little tomato or avocado.
A little bit of avocado. Now, when people see this, yeah, people would assume guacamole. But you said now do people make that mistake because it has a similar look?
Well, I think it's
what makes it different?
So guacamole, we would be adding serrano peppers and cilantro and lime juice. And so I think, like I said, here in San Antonio, when we think avocado relish, we think of a kicked up version of guacamole.
I see. And so why does this pair well with the halibut?
It's just nice and fresh. And then the halibut's lean, so the avocado brings a little fattiness to it.
Oh, very nice, very nice. And so what are we doing next? You said this is cucumber over here?
Diced cucumber. So we took our English cucumbers.
I love how fresh everything is.
Yes. And we peeled those and diced them up, and then some nice diced red onion. And then with our red onion, after we diced it, we actually rinsed it with a little bit of cold water, which helps pull some of that pungent out.
Oh, very nice.
It makes it not quite as offensive.
So for people who haven't been to Hotel Valencia or your restaurant in general, what can they expect if they just go here even on a regular day?
On a regular day, so Dorrego's is an Argentinian-inspired restaurant. We are kind of slowly bringing in more Latin flavors.
Exciting.
So we do have some tapas items on our menu, and all of our beef comes from Argentina. I source it, so from there, and so the flavor profile of the beef is just completely different. They don't hit it with a bunch of hormones and stuff, so it's just a nice, cleaner flavor.
That's awesome. I know people are definitely going to want to check that out. So you're adding a little bit of, what is this, chives over here?
That was chives, so I added some basil, now some chives. And we're going to hit it with a little bit of salt.
Just so many flavors you're incorporating in this. I know for people at home who try this, I mean, you're really going to get just a handful of flavors.
Yes, most definitely. A little bit of balsamic vinegar.
Now, what inspires you when you are creating these dishes? Are you just kind of in the kitchen, just kind of experimenting with some things? How do you create these?
So, yeah, I'll kind of get a theme or an idea, or I might see an ingredient that just inspires me. And you kind of go down a rabbit hole. Sometimes I jump on the internet and I'll surf the web looking for just ideas and things, and you see something that's like, oh, I like that idea, but I want to put my twist on it and have fun.
I love it. So much fun and so many flavors over here at Hotel Valencia. And so you are going to mix this up, and then what you would typically do is you would plate this right next to this halibut that we're seeing over here, correct?
Yep.
And Brian, I'm so curious, for people who want to come out here and they want to check out this New Year's Eve party, I know it's going to be super exciting. Where can they go to get that information?
They can actually go to our hotel website, so hotelvalencia.com. It might take you to the broader platform, but if you click on San Antonio, and then you can scroll down to our events tab.
Brian, this looks amazing. I know that you are plating this up right now. You're gonna have this cilantro rice as well. I wish we had more time because I am ready to dive into this, and I know Paul and Roma back in the studio are as well. And for our viewers at home, stick around, because this is not the only thing you can expect out at this New Year's Eve party. It wouldn't be a New Year's Eve party without some drinks. Paul, Roma, we'll get back to y'all in a little bit, but I'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you, Kristen. I'm excited to see what drinks we can pair with that tasty halibut. That looks so good and refreshing. Kind of like summerish too, but
kind of summerish,
hey,
yeah.
seafood
That relish
is so protein rich and light and delicious. So
very, very healthy. That's one of those dishes that I don't even have to taste.
you just
I know it's good.
So you'll just you'll do it blind.
I'll
You'll
do
eat
blind.
it without
Just
even seeing what it is.
Blindfolded, exactly.
All right,
yeah.
well, perfect, Paul.
All right, with all the holiday fun, we can't forget about New Year's, right? Kristen joins us live again with a look ahead of one of the biggest parties in town. All right, Kristen, I see that you've made your way over to the bar.
Hi, Paul. Yeah, it wouldn't be New Year's Eve without some mocktails and cocktails to cheers with. I'm joined by Tim Finley, one of the bartenders at Hotel Valencia. Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm good. I'm super excited. So we have been talking about these cocktails all morning. Tim, I'm dying to know what goes in them. Where do we get started?
I think we should start with our Winter Praline Delight right here. So it's got a Texas vodka in it, of course. It's got fresh espresso as well as our house-made chocolate and praline sauce. And then it comes with a little bit of vanilla as well.
That sounds amazing. Okay, so where do we begin? Because I see that this glass is kind of lined with something. Now, are those pralines you said?
Yeah, that's our house-made pralines as well. We just grind them up. Chef got some in the kitchen, grind them up, put them onto the glass. It's also got some caramel as well on the outside, just to kind of sprucing it up with some sugar.
That sounds amazing. Now, I'm a big espresso girl. Is that the first thing that goes in this, or what goes in this first?
I think that we should start with the alcohol first.
Okay.
But the coffee is definitely an essential piece to it.
Okay, I'm skipping a few steps here.
No worries. I think it's important to get the alcohol in first.
So what alcohol is this?
So this is our Tito's vodka, or Tito's. It's a Texas made.
Nice.
And then we've got our espresso, freshly brewed right here, with our chocolate praline syrup already in it.
This is like a double kick. So if people are trying to stay up for that New Year's Eve party you have going on here, this is the cocktail for you. Espresso for sure definitely is one of the stronger coffee beverages.
100%. And that right there is our vanilla.
So that is just a regular house-made vanilla?
It's a vanilla liqueur.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Okay, so like double liquor in this.
Yes, of course, a little extra.
So what was kind of the inspiration behind this drink? Were you all looking for something to really help people get kind of like that kick to stay up for New Year's?
I think the kick definitely. I think display of elegance, just to kind of display what Valencia is all about, and then obviously put a little bit of holiday spirit into it with the praline.
Now, this bar that we're standing in is absolutely beautiful. But you actually have two bars here. You have one that's kind of set up back there, and then this is actually special made for the tequila lovers at home, right?
Yeah, so this is our Naranja bar. It's a tequila and mezcal. We've got over 100 bottles of tequila and mezcal. We're open every day of the week from 5 o'clock to midnight. Our happy hour is from 5 to 8 every single day. Half price appetizers, $5 margaritas, discounted beer and wine. One of the big things that I think that we're celebrating here in-house right now is that we typically don't find food on the Riverwalk after 10 o'clock anywhere around. So here we're actually keeping our late night bites open until midnight from here on out. We had a ton of our patrons and guests that asked for it, and we've been listening, so.
I love it. And so really quickly, what goes into this other drink that we're seeing over here?
So this is our toasted marshmallow old fashioned right here. So it's very much so an old fashioned, but because we're at Naranja, it's gonna have tequila. It's gonna be 1 part añejo tequila, 1 part mezcal to add a little bit of smokiness to it, a little bit of cream de coco, and then of course we gotta add a little bit of San Antonio spirit with our mole bitters as well.
Sounds amazing, and I know there are so many tequila lovers in our audience for sure. So for people who want to come out to this New Year's Eve party, what do they need to know and how can they find it?
So we've got in-house deals as well as just party deals on our website. I would definitely say to be hasty to go ahead and book those, especially when it comes to the room deals, just because I know those are going to sell out quick. It's definitely a prestigious event that a lot of people show up for.
Thanks, Tim. I know people are going to want to check this out. It sounds amazing. Paul, all I have to say to you is cheers.
Yeah, cheers. You know, I tell you what, Kristen, that looks fantastic. Now I know where to go. All right, thanks a bunch, Kristen.